Hi Sagar, am I audible to you?
Yeah, hi Asif. Good morning.
Okay.
And Asif, okay, tell me about yourself.
So, my name is Muhammad Asif Ali. So, I am from Hyderabad and I have overall 5.5 years IT experience and 3.5 years of Anaplan model builder experience I have. And I have done two end-to-end implementations and financial planning analysis projects I have done and like currently I am working for uh, Expiris IT company. So and I have completed my BE from Usmania University. So I am actively looking for a job change because of some my personal issues. So that's what about me.
Okay, Asif, thanks. So far you have done it two implementation projects, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is your latest project? What is the client?
Latest project client is like Unilever is my latest project client.
Okay. May I know what is the use case and user story for that?
So use case and user story for this client is financial planning analysis project I have done here, and majorly we prepared different types of reports employee expenses report, non-employee expenses report, and profit and loss reports, and expenses like we can say variance reports, and a cash flow statement and balance sheet, and price and cost assumptions, price and cost growth assumptions reports I have prepared, and like uh, by how sales are impacting the revenue and profit and loss. This report I have prepared, and uh, we can say revenue planning, budget planning, and forecasting planning reports I have prepared, and these are the different types of reports I have prepared in my use cases. So, and one more thing, um, even how we are providing compensation to the employees on the base of revenue. This thing also we have prepared. This type of report as well we have prepared.
Okay, Asif. Thanks. And may I know the what is the roles and responsibilities in your project?
So majorly I have worked as a senior Anaplan model builder. So when I work as Anaplan senior model builder, so I used to attend with meetings with the client. We gathered information from end user. What are the reports they are expecting? What are the requirements they have? And we can say uh, after on the base of that we gathered that information, requirement information, and we prepared some technical design document, and wireframes we have prepared, and schematic diagram prepared. What are the list we need, what are the modules we need to create, so for how much time we need to plan, each and everything we have prepared in Excel sheet. And then after completing this technical design document and wireframes and schematic diagram, we started the building the model. So we set time, we set versions, and we start created lists and modules. And after creating these different types of modules, we I have prepared uh, UX pages. On the base of this modules data output module, we used to attach with the UX pages. That UX pages end user used to interact with that UX pages. So this is what about major role. So, and even after completing this model building process, we used to set the security levels for our model. On the base of roles, we used to provide access to the end user. Each and every user we should not we don't provide entire access. On the base of their responsibility in that company, only we used to provide the access. if he's a product planner, if he's a financial officer. So on the basis of their role, we used to provide only particular modules and particular list and particular versions we used to provide the access. So according to that, after completing this one, so like next process is like after completing this whole process, we used provide even like test scripts after completing this process. How what is the procedure we need to open the model modules, VX pages, each and everything we used to provide the test scripts, and user manual guide as well we have prepared. So after completing total project, even we prepare techno functional document, nothing but what are the modules we have created, what are the line items we created in that one, and what are the functionality of each and every line item. Each and every line item means like which are the most important one, which are the logical formulas which are we have created. So that one we have shown in that techno functional document. In user manual guide, each and every screenshot of our UX page we used to take and share in that like our in our document, and below the document why we created this dashboard and everything. We even like we used to guide what they need to do, and everything we used to guide in that user manual guide. On that screenshot, where should we click to open the model, and how should we open UX page, how should we upload the data, each and everything we used to guide to the end user in our in this PowerPoint document. We used to provide all these things. So this is the thing we have completed after completing even model building as well. We used to do all these things, and even after completing this whole process, so whenever they required like any changes by using ALM process also, we used to provide some changes in dev model and dev to prod. We used to send by comparison and synchronization process, and by creating the revision tag. This one also we have provided service to them after completing our model building as well. So this is my major roles and responsibilities, Sagar.
Okay, Ashish. Good explanation. And so, what are the plans we have, Ashish? In the plan?
Plans nothing but these are the basic guidelines for our Anaplan model building, and plans and disco are the basic guidelines. If you follow these rules, what happened, our model become effectively. So that is the reason we should follow these plans and disco rules. So P stands for performance. If performance of the model should be good, to improve our model performance, what should we do? Simply we need to make Anaplan structure such a way easily Anaplan engine should take that structure. So in that way we should make formulas and everything. And how it works means, certain formula we can get result anyway by creating two three ways we can create the logics, and you can reach our target. But we need to approach best way with minimum effect. We should get maximum result, effective result. So that is the which formula is working best, that one should only we should apply. So that is the stands for P. And second is the logical stand for we should create the each and everything formulas, modules and logical. So in logical we get like in disco stands for logicals. So that will I explain later. And we can say, and A stands for auditable. Auditable nothing but our module should be simple, and formulas should be simple. And whenever the new Anaplan model builder come, if see our model, so he should easily understand. So that is our main intention. So we should not make our Anaplan model very complex, and we should not use very lengthy formulas, if then else statement, multiple if we don't use multiple if then else statements. We should say make our model as a simple, so that should be auditable. So it will give if you keep modules simple and simple and small, it will give good performance. So that easy to auditable. Even we can say we should not use sum and lookup in one module, and we can say we should try to avoid the select function in our modules. So that is the main thing, especially select function we should avoid with the non-generic time period, nothing but custom time period. So these are the different things we should avoid, so that our model should be good, it will give good performance. And even we can say n stands for necessary. N necessary nothing but we should keep only necessary dimensions, avoid unnecessary dimensions. And we need to do calculation at one place, and we need to refer so many times, so that is comes under unnecessary. So we should not create unnecessary calculations and unnecessary line items. So that is the thing. And we can see uh, even we should use time ranges whenever we don't require entire model calendar. So that is also one reason. So it also help us to reduce our model size. And one more thing, finally S stands for sustainable. In sustainable, nothing but our model should be built with future, we should think about the future updates and the build the model. Even if we get any future updates in our business process, our model should be support. This is about sustainability. And even disco stands for like data module, input module, system module, calculation module, and output module. And D stands for data module. If you want to store the data, we should use the data module. We should create and we should store the data in data module. We should not do any calculation and anything in data module. I stands for input module. Input module specially we create for the end user purpose. They will provide the input in this input modules, and they will check how it is affecting the output. So that is the purpose we create the input modules. And one more thing, in disco S stand for system modules. We should create the system module. We should create the system module with the line items which are multiple times or repeatedly we are going to use in our model. So like list we have, whatever the list we have created, whatever the time we have created, this type of repeated things we need to create in system modules for each and everything. And after creating this system module, so what happened, we can use the same line items throughout the model without creating multiple times. Only create once and we should use multiple times. So by doing this one thing, the calculation we are doing once, so burden of the engine we are decreasing, so performance of the model increase. Even we are not creating 2-3 times, that also help us to decrease our model size. So that is also main reason to create the system module. And one more thing, even we can, for filter purpose, we can use this system module. Filter purpose, if we want forecast period, we can select by using the system module only, we can filter the forecast period. We can use for mapping purpose as well. Whenever we are pulling data from one module to another module, if we need for mapping purpose, we use the system module. So that is also possible. And finally C stands for calculation module. In calculation module we do the calculation, and by using the input data and system module we do the calculation, and these calculation modules will attach to the output modules, and these output modules will attach to the UX pages. So this is the way we use disco and plans and disco methodology for our Anaplan model building process. So this is an effective method. That's it from my end, Sagar.
Okay, Ashish. And what are the type of list we have?
Like we have flat list, we have composite or hierarchical list have, and we have number list we have, and list subset we have, and we have like drop down or pick list we have. So these are the 5 different types of list we have. And flat list we use like majorly where we don't require the child and parent relationship, where we don't require, and child details no need to rolls up into its parent level. Summaries, wherever we don't require summaries, in that scenario we use flat list. And where we require child details should rolls up into its parent level, so in that scenario I use like hierarchical list or compound list. So auto aggregation happens here in composite or hierarchical list. by using the summary method, turning on the summary method sum, we can automatically it will aggregate child levels to parent level. So we will get totals. And third list, number list, we use for majorly three purposes. So whenever we get duplicate names, to avoid to get the duplicate names in our Anaplan model, we should use the number list. So by creating the number list, Anaplan will create unique identifier code for each and every list item. So then we should create that using the display name function. It will create the unique identifier code for each and every list item, and by creating the list property display name function for each and every name also it will display, so without facing any problem. Now this is what about the first use case. And second use case we can use whenever the list item characters exceed 60 characters. In that scenario as well we can use the number list. And third scenario, in classic dashboard, if we want add like any list item or delete any list item, we should use the number list. That is the third scenario. So and like these are the three scenarios we use for the number list. And like fourth list, like a list subset where we use means like wherever we don't want entire list, we want to few list items. For example, in employee list 100 employees are there, I want to calculate only sales commission. So sales employees are there only 20 employees. So if I take entire employee list, what happened, 100 employees will get, so it occupies the 100 employees space. So if I create the list subset and if I select only sales employees, so only 20 employees will get, and only I can plan for the 20 employees, and my model size will get reduced. That is the advantage. And even by creating a list subset we can reduce our model size, we can improve our model performance. That is also thing. For reducing Sparcity also it will help. So creating a list subset. And one more thing, like drop down or pick list, we use it for the end user purpose. In UX pages we use this drop down or pick list. So how we create means, in our module only we create some list formatted line items in our modules, and these modules will attach to the UX page that comes under the drop down or pick list. So whenever they if I want to country list, if they want to select the country list in UX page, we create one country line item in a list formatted of country. So in one line item, and we don't create any other dimensions here. This line item, this module will attach to the UX page. So whenever they select this country line item, they will get options which country they should select. So in UX pages they will get, so they can select according to their requirement. That is the process. So these are the 5 types of list we have majorly, Saga. Yes.
Okay. And what is saved and what is customizable?
What is
What is saved and what is customizable?
what is saved view and what is subsidiary view? Saved view nothing but we can say, whenever inside any module, if I want to change view of my module, so in that scenario what I do, I create one saved view and I change that dimension, interchange, I pivot the dimensions, and according to my requirement I will keep that module view. And even I can, if I want to hide some line items, I can hide, and I can show some line items, I can show, and I will save that view. That is comes under the saved view. And what is subsidiary view? Nothing but subsidiary view, when one entire module we use generally one dimension. So if all line items are use the same dimension, it doesn't open subsidiary view. So but any particular line item we want a separate dimension. So country line item is there. So country line item is there. We are using some other dimensions for our module. Country line item we don't require anything. Only we need to show this country line item. Only country details I want to, country names I want to show. That too we are not involving anything with subsidiary view. This line item or this module. So in that scenario, what will you do? We should create only. We don't use same dimensions whatever the module we have used. So we create some, only we use the country dimension for particular line item. Then what happens, simply it will get open small box on beside that line item. That is nothing but the subsidiary view. even applies to even dimension. If you change for module to line item, then also it will get create. Even you time scale, if you change time scale for module and line item, if you differ, so then also it will get create. Time ranges also it happens, it will get create if you change time range for our module and line item. If you change even versions for your module and line item also, if you change, so then also it will get reflect on your beside your that line item. We should nothing but we should keep module dimension and line item dimension should be same, then it will not get create the uh, any subsidiary view. If you create a module dimension and line item dimension, if you change difference, if you have difference, then it will get create even though not dimension, time scale, time ranges and versions. If these four things for module to line items are different, then it will get appear in that particular line item. Yes, Sagar.
Yeah, okay, Ashish. And what is conditional formatting?
So conditional formatting, nothing but we do highlight some line items wherever we want to focus some line items on the base of values. So we give some colorful code. So if we get like if we have, whenever we get zeros or ones, if you want to highlight that area, so that where there we can give conditional formatting on the base of that values, we will get a highlight that with the different color. So that is known as a conditional formatting.
Okay, Ashish. And what is worksheet and what is board? And what are the difference between them?
So majorly like worksheet and board means board we use for the reporting purpose. For end user purpose, majorly we use boards. So in boards we create reports and we show the reports, everything in board. And worksheet is for for analyzing purpose, for ourselves to analyze any data. For large data we use the worksheet. And major difference between the board and worksheet is, in board you can take two, in one page you can take so many cards, so many charts you can show, but worksheet you can show only one graph or one card you can show. That is the major thing. And in board you have in worksheet we have side panel, we have inside panel. One inside panel will have, there you can give some other cards, but it looks very small, we can't analyze anything, it looks like small table. In board we don't have that inside panel. So whatever that we want to take, we can take in so many cards we can take at a time in our board sheet. So this is the major thing. And if we want to give any instructions we can give in boards, but in worksheet we can't give any instruction. In beside the our graph we have the inside panel. In that inside panel only we should give some instructions. So direct in page we can't give. So that is the major differences we have with the board and worksheet. And finally we use like the small data and reports we use the create the board, and for large data and for analyzing purpose we create the worksheet. So this is what about difference between the board and worksheet.
Okay, Ashish. And what are the different type of actions of we have in UX pages? Ashish.
Different types of cards you are asking, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
We have majorly like 8 cards we have, like majorly grid card we have, text card, chart card, field card, and KPI card, image card, and image card, and we can see text and action card. These are the different types of card. Map card as well we have. So totally 8 cards we have in our UX pages. Yes, Sagar.
Okay, Ashish. And what are the different types of pages we have in UX page?
Different types of pages means we have like board, worksheet, and reporting pages. These are the 3 types of pages we have in UX pages.
And Ashish, what are the different modes we have in Anaplan?
So we have four four modes in Anaplan, like standard mode, deployed mode, locked mode, and archived mode. So standard mode we use for whenever develop the model, we keep our model in standard mode, and whenever we give end user to our model, we keep a deployed mode. So we are locked mode nothing but whenever we don't want to change anything for that model, in that scenario we keep a locked mode. And arcade mode we keep like if we are building 10 models in our model, in our workspace, if we don't want use any model, but even we should get data whenever we required. So in that scenario we can archive that model. So if you archive that model, it doesn't occupies any space, and whenever we want to unarchive the model, we can unarchive. So it then it will occupy the space, and it will show the each and every data earlier where we did the archive. So we, without any losing data, we can get that model again if we unarchive. That is the advantage. For a space issue, we keep model in archive mode.
Okay. And what is the role and selective access, and what is the difference between them?
So majorly roles we create for the a group of people. So some group of people we create one role, and we can give that group of people to this role. And selective access is for the each and every individual user purpose. So that is the purpose we create the selective access. So what happens whenever we give role to, if we give 10 people to one role, what happened? So they access all the modules, all the list and everything they can access. But if I want to control that users, with only they should access few list items. If we have country list for that 10 users, I have given one role, so they are accessing all list. So for example, I want to control for country list, one user should watch only one country, so other country details he should not watch. In that scenario, what I do? So for the 10 users, I create the selective access for that. After creating the selective access, so in users pane it will ask each and every user what country we should give access, what country we should give write access, and what country we should give read access. So in this way we will get one open one window, there we can give the access. So that is the major thing, we can control the list and list item with the selective access. By creating the role, we can provide the entire access. Whatever the role we create the access for modules, lists, versions and actions, everything. Whatever the modules if you give access, they can access. Whatever the list they can we give, they will access. But again, if you want to control inside the list only, we want to give few list items and few things we don't want to give. In that scenario, we should create the select like the selective access we should enable and we should give. And majorly why we create the role means, basically we have like whenever we enable users pane, you will get full access and no access. These are the default access we have in Anaplan. But if you give full access, he can access full model. So we do, that is not required for each and every user. If you give no access, what happened? He can't access anything. That is the reason we create the roles. First of all, product planners and chief financial officer, whatever the role belongs to in company, in that company we create that role, and whatever the modules we need to give access, whatever the list, according to that one we do, we give access. And when adding that user, what will you do? We select the that role, chief financial officer or product planner, whatever the access is there, role is there, we give a role for that particular user. So this is the way we do and why we create this role and selective access. Yes, Sagar.
Yeah, that's it. And what is a workspace administrator and what is a non-workspace administrator? What is the difference?
So workspace, if I give workspace administrator access, what happened? So we can access the entire workspace. If whatever the models you have, you will get access that one. That is the major thing. And then what happened? He will access all the models. He can add any user. He can give access to the any user. All these things he can do. So if we, and he can do for a workspace administrator access whatever the while doing model building, whatever the access we have like time list versions modules, each and every access whatever we can edit, whatever the things we have we can do the edit. So we can edit the things if you have workspace administrator access. But if you enter as any user who don't have workspace, you can see the list modules and everything, but you can't edit anything. So edit option you don't have for user. Only end user uh, we provide only production changes they can do. Structural changes they can't do. The workspace administrator can do structural changes. So that is the main reason advantage. And even workspace administrator access the model in even though if model is in offline, then also workspace administrator can access. But non workspace administrator he can't access if model is in offline. And non workspace administrator can't add any user, and he is like guest for that model. And workspace administrator like he is the owner for the model. So that is a even owner for model or owner for the workspace. So that is a major difference.
Okay, Ashok. And where will we give full access to the end users?
Full access, what I told, we should not give full access. I told if we give full access he will access all the modules now according to his responsibilities in that company. Only we should give the uh, access, that's it.
Okay. And Ashok, when two builders are working on the same model, if we have suddenly if you have bug, okay now. So how can you just fix that bug in without disturbing main model?
So without disturbing the present work, how we can fix the bug means what I do. So if I am doing some work, suddenly end user got bug, then what I do simply. So first of all, wherever I am doing some work, I will create one revision tag. So there I will create revision tag RT01. I will create revision tag revision tag 1 I will create. So after creating this revision tag, last time where I have compare and I did where I have done compare and synchronization, that place I go and I restore my model. So before doing these developments, so by going there, so I fix end user bug. And after creating fixing end user bug, I will create the revision tag 2. I will create this revision tag 2. After restoring, I will fix my bug end user whatever expecting, and I create the revision tag 2, and I pull this bug from dev to prod by creating I will create anywhere revision tag 2. This revision tag 2, what happened, only I have earlier data and bug fixing, I don't have new changes. So that is the reason I go to earlier stage and I will create fix my bug, and I will create the revision tag 2. This revision tag 2 I will pull from dev to prod. Then what I do, I come to present state where I have new developments. So I come to present state, nothing but I restore my model to present state. So then what happened, I fix bug in present state as well. Whatever the bug I have pulled from dev to prod, I fix bug in present state as well. So that what happened, in present state I got new changes, and even I fixed the bug, and even I pulled that bug from dev to prod without affecting my new changes. So this is a bug. 2 times I need to restore my model, 2 times I need to create the revision tags, and 1 time I need to pull from dev to prod. That compare and synchronization process is required. This is the whole process, Sagar.
Okay. And so how we can relate the list items using the selection process?
How we can delete the list item by using the selection process means, we have one action in our actions pane. So whenever you want to delete any list item using the selection process, what should you do? So first of all, wherever we are using that dimension, for example country list item, I need to delete one thing. So wherever I used that country list item, I should go to that module, and in that module I should create the one delete line item with boolean formatted. So boolean formatted, I should create one line item, and then what happened, I should select that country wherever the list item I need to delete. Then what should you do? I need to go to actions pane. I should select and select delete list item using the selection process on action you will get. So if we need to click there. By clicking there, it asks which dimension you need to delete, uh, from which dimension you need to delete. It will ask first of all name of the your action, and then what is the dimension you want to give, and what is the what is the list item you want to delete. So that thing, each and everything, it will ask one by one. So we need to give that thing, and we need to click on OK. Then if you run that action, whatever the list items we have selected in the delete line item where I have created initially. So if I run that one, how many list item you select there in delete line item, all the list items will get delete. This is the process by using the delete list item using the selection process. This we do generally.
Okay, okay, okay. And what are the actions and process, and why we use this actions and process?
So why we use this actions and process means, so actions, whatever the actions, whenever we do import and anything, uh, uh, whenever we do importing and exporting everything, it will, one action will get in our actions page. So that thing, if I want to do redo the same thing, so we can do that with these actions. So that is the reason we use this action. We attach these actions to the UX page whenever we want to do same thing. So we click that one action. So it will ask what is your file and what is your source and what is your target. Already we have initially we done once. Same thing it will repeatedly we can do. So that is the thing, action. And we can automate these actions by using the CloudWorks, Anaplan Connect, and so many things. 2-3 options we have. By using that one, we can automate without doing manually. That is the one thing. And why we use process means, in process, what happened in process, we can give so many actions. So first, if I want to perform the actions in sequence order, first I need to upload the geo hierarchy details. Then I should like parent detail I need to upload first of all. Region, country, location are there. For example, G1, G2, G3. So then we give in actions, first we give G1 region, then we give G2 country, and then we give G3 location. First it will upload the parents, and then it will upload the child, and it will again upload the sub childs. So like this, if you keep these actions in process, it will perform in the sequence. So if you give child without uploading the parent, what happened? If you give first action, if you give child, and in second action if you give parent, it doesn't work. So if you want perform actions in sequence order, we should give the process. So that is the thing, we use process. And even if actions, if you keep in process, if we keep actions in process, even though if I want to delete that action, I can't delete that action. So that is also we have another major advantage. So unfortunately we can't delete any action if you keep that action in process. So that is also major major advantage with the actions.
Okay, okay. And what is list subset and the line item subset?
So list subset means like nothing but as I told. So we can wherever we don't want entire list, we don't want to use entire list, in that scenario we should if you want to take few list item, we should take the list subset. And line item subset nothing but if you have some line items in different modules or same modules, only we want to take few line items from that entire module, and I want to use somewhere. In that scenario, without creating again, I select by creating the line item subset these line items for some other calculations. If I want to use calculations on calculation, in that scenario I create the this line item subset without creating the multiple times. It is also reduce the burden of the Anaplan engine, and it will reduce the model size. So this is also happened. So that is the reason we create this line item subset. And we in the here we like there we take a list, inside the list we take few list item. Here in line item subset, inside in one module we take out of total line items we take few line items, and we use as a dimension in our target model. And by using this collect function we can bring data from source to target. Even we have some conditions like to pull data from the source to target, like we have number formatted line items only it will work, and source and target dimension should be same, or source should be child and target should be parent. So that is the thing. So it will work for these two conditions. Yes, Sagar. And we use these 2-3 scenarios like currency conversion and growth projections, and like we can say cash flow statement to invoice statement. If I want to convert in this scenario, we use this line item subset. Yes, Sagar.
Okay, sir. And what about scarcity?
Sparcity nothing but which are spare cells we have in Anaplan, nothing but sparcity. Even it doesn't consist any data. Even it we are not going to that cells not going to expect contain any data. So that is nothing but sparcity. So to avoid sparcity we use some techniques we should use. So like we should use like list subsets instead of using entire list. We should use list subset, so we can reduce our sparcity. And we should create the time ranges instead of using model calendar. Wherever we required only 1 year data, few years data, we don't require entire model calendar. In that scenario we should use time ranges side, we should reduce our sparcity. And even what can we do, like sparcity, like summary method we should turn off wherever we don't require summary methods. Like aggregations, if I don't require I should turn off summary methods. Summary method I should turn off. And fourth thing, like I should keep headers, column headers I should keep format as a no data. So that is also thing, it will affect. And I should try to avoid the text formatted line item. So text formatted line item, it occupies the more space. So that is the reason we try to avoid the text format line item. So it increase the model size so that we can reduce the sparcity and model size. Even that one also help. And we should try to use boolean formatted line item. Boolean format is the best formatted in Anaplan, and text format is the worst formatted in Anaplan. So these two things we should take care. And yes, we should try to keep only necessary dimensions in our Anaplan. So avoid unnecessary dimensions. So we should use simple formulas. We should not use multiple formulas. So that also increase the model size. So we can reduce our sparcity. So these are the things by using this one we can reduce our sparcity, or we can say we can optimize our model size by doing these things. Yes, Sagar.
Okay. Yeah, sir. And what is optimization techniques we have?
So optimization techniques nothing but we have model optimization and size optimization, performance optimization and size optimization. Sparcity, whatever I have discovered, that points all comes under the size optimization technique. I can reduce the model size. And what is the performance optimization techniques means, we can improve the model performance. How we can improve the model performance means, we should not use sum and lookup in one modules. And by using this one it will reduce performance. And we should create the system module, and in that one we should keep whatever the repeated calculations happen, that things we should create in system module, and we should refer multiple times. That also it will help the model performance. It decrease the burden of the model and even size of the model, both the advantages we have. So we can improve our model performance by creating the line item subset. Also we are avoiding the creation of duplication of line items, so we can decrease our burden of the engine. So that is also one major thing. So we can improve the model performance by creating the this line item subset. And by creating the by what we say other advantages, like other techniques, performance optimization techniques, So system modules we should create, and line item subset we should create, and we can say formulas we should try to keep simple formulas. So we should not use more if then else things. So that also decrease the model for performance, and we should avoid to use subsidiary views. So subsidiary views also, wherever you have again calculation on that line item or module, so for that line item we should not create any subsidiary view. If you create the subsidiary view, model performance will get decreased. But by creating the subsidiary view, you can reduce even your model size whenever that line item is not going to involve any further calculation or import process. That in that scenario I can create the subsidiary view, it will decrease the model size. But whatever the line items further we are going to involve any import process or calculation, in that scenario 100% it will decrease the model performance. By using the subsidiary view, we have advantages and disadvantages. We should differentiate these two things: where should we create the subsidiary view and where should not we use subsidiary view. That are the things. And so these are the techniques. And while pulling, we should not we should not use select with the conjunction with the time. That also decrease the model performance. Yes.
Okay. And why don't we use select function conjunction of non-generic time period?
Yes, Sagar.
Yes. Why don't we use select function conjunction of non-generic time period?
So what happened? If we use that one, why should not use means, by using that one,
Yes. Yes.
Sagar, can I fuse my 1 minute? Can I stop my recording here? Yes, Sagar.
Okay. See, find out.
Yes.
So, yeah. What is hard coding and how we can avoid that?
Hard coding. Yes, what is meant by hard coding means, in formulas or somewhere whenever I refer, so I should refer with, I should not refer with any numbers or something. So if I refer with any numbers, what happened? Whenever the number will get changed, so then we need to again we need to do the change. But if we refer, whenever we refer from one module to another module or formula, what should we do? We should refer that value, we should put in one line item. Then what happened, if you refer that line item, whenever we change the value, so even that in that line item value also automatically it will get changed, and it doesn't affect the formula. So that is known as hard coding. Hard coding nothing but we need to again need to change whenever the time period is get changed, whenever the number is get changed. That thing we should not do. We should give such a way reference, so whenever the time or whenever the number is get changed, so along with that formula need to update itself automatically. So that is the thing here, Sagar.
Okay. Okay. And what is the difference between selective function and lookup function?
So what major difference between the select function and lookup function is like, we'll say lookup function will automatically, so it will get update whenever you it time will get update, or we can say formula will get update. But select function what happened, and lookup function will we can apply for entire list, but select function what happened, we fix by using the select function we can apply with only one list item. Out of entire one list item, if you want take any one list item, in that scenario you should select the you should use the select function. Otherwise, if top level of that hierarchy, all regions, all products, like that thing, if you want to select only one thing you want to select, in that scenario also you can select. But if you use lookup function, what happened, it will applies for the entire list. This is a major difference. And one more thing, why we avoid with select function means, with non generic time periods means, so whenever the time will get update, so that function will not get updated with that time. That is the problem, like that become hard coding. So that is the purpose we should try to use lookup function whenever we use time in conjunction with the non-generic time periods. So that is what we do generally. And this is the major disadvantage with the select function. So it is a fixed one. It dynamically it will not get changed. Select function lookup is dynamically will get changed according to time period and according to situation. So that is the major difference, and that is the reason a select function we use for the versions. Versions we have only fixed one, so that is the whatever the version we want to select, we can select by using the this select function. Just to select the versions, to select only one list item in entire list. Otherwise, if I want to select top level of that list hierarchy, we use the select function. This is about difference between the select and lookup, Sagar.
And what is the difference between time sum and moving sum?
The major difference between the time sum and moving sum is, so to use time sum, that source module should consist the time dimension, and target it doesn't consist the time dimension. In that scenario we use time sum function. And moving sum, whenever we use moving sum means then when source and target both the module consist the time dimension, so in that scenario we should use a moving sum function.
Okay. And what is the difference between offset and post function?
So the major difference between the offset and post function is like so we in offset function we pull data from one period to another period. So we pull the data by using the offset function, we push data from one period to another period. So while pushing the data, what happened, so whatever the like we can say, so if you want by using the post function, if I can pull 2-3 time periods into one time periods, and it adds the whatever the time periods I am pulling data from source to target. So it sums up whatever the details I am pulling from different time periods to one time period. But offset function, it doesn't work with like that functionality. So it only pull one period to another period. It doesn't adds anything if I pull 2-3 values into one time period.
Okay, see. And
One minute, 1 minute. Nothing but we can say post function is like it works for pushing the data, and offset function it works for the pulling the data. So when pushing the data, whatever the in front of we have, it will adds all the things, and pulling means it comes only along only it alone it comes. That is a major difference.
okay.
Yes.
What is the use of collect function?
So by using collect function, what we can do, by in line item subset we use this collect function to bring from different line item values from source to target. We use this collect function. By using collect and empty parenthesis, we can bring these line item values from source to data we can bring. So it works for the number type, data type, number data format line items, it will works.
Okay. And what is the summary methods and what are the uses?
Summary methods, we have different types of summary methods. We have sum, average, minimum, maximum, and we can say formula, like first non-blank, last non-blank. So these are the different summary methods we have. So these are the different summary methods we have, Sagar. Even none we have summary method.
What is the use?
Yes, some by using the summary methods, if I use summary method as a sum, what happened, so it is totally works for the aggregations of it will not affect the any cell data. Summary method will affect by turning on summary methods, it will sum up child details into parent level generally. So across the time, across the dimension and across the time. So these two, main summary and time summary we have. So means by using the main summary, we can rolls up child details into parent level in dimension wise, whatever the dimension we are using, location or country, whatever it, and by using the across the time sum, it will like to a quarter total, half year total, year total, you will get add into in that financial year. So month detail will add into year level. So this is happened in time summary.
Okay. And what is the flat list and what is the hierarchical list and what are the uses?
So flat major difference in flat list, it doesn't consist child and parent relationship. That is the reason. So it doesn't rolls up child details into parent level. So we will not get any we can say we only single values we get in flat list. Wherever we don't require any child details rolls up into parent level, in that scenario we use flat list. And hierarchical list where we use means like whenever we need child details need to rolls up into parent level, in that scenario we should use this hierarchical list. By using hierarchical list and turning on summary method, child details will rolls up into parent level. This is a major advantage using the hierarchical list.
Okay. What is the module views and custom views?
So in module views and custom views, in whenever we create in UX pages, so we have two options. We can use a module views and custom views. If you use module views, what should we do? Before using this module views, you need to create the saved views in backend itself, and according to our requirement, you need to create the saved view sign, and whatever the view we require, we need to set up that view, and we need to filter everything we need to do there itself. And after that one, you can directly use that module views in UX pages. But while using in UX pages, you will not get any edit option in if I use module view. Directly I need to select that saved view. If I use custom views in UX pages, what happened? I can edit anything. I can pivot the data, I can filter the data, I can hide or show my line items. So these are the things I can do. So this is a major difference.
Okay. And what is the use of properties combination while importing process?
So combination of properties, it helps to keep the data unique. So whatever the unique data is there, that only it will get import by using the combination of properties list. That is the major advantage.
Okay. And what is pick list and what is the drop down list?
Pick list or drop down list, that only like we can say whenever end user want to select any list item in UX pages, so for that purpose we create one line item, list format line item in module. That module will publish in UX pages. So whatever the list item they want to select, they can drop down and they can select in UX pages. So that is known as a pick list or drop down list. So basically we create in modules that list formatted line item that we will publish to the UX page. So where end user will can drop down and select the whatever the country they want to select, they can select if country list if we use. So if we use location or product, whatever the list they want to select, they can select list item.
Okay. So what is the master data and what is the transactional data?
So master data nothing but data about data, nothing but initially. So if we are building any model, for example, so we need to know first of all company details. Like master data nothing but in level 1 model building, consider we are building. So what we do generally, we create that, we set time and version, that is the first thing. Then we create the list. In list, what are the things we create? Like geographical hierarchy, region, country, location, product family, products, employee department, employees. These things we create. These things comes under the master data. So why we are saying master data means, if I want to store any data about the employees, what should I do? I should create the employee list and I should insert employee list items, and inside this list item employees names I will create here. Later I will create what is the salary, what I upload like salary and bonus percentage, everything I will store. What is start date, leave date. So this employee detail, employee names and this product details, everything comes under the master data. After creating this data, whenever I import the data in modules regarding this employee salary and employee commission, employee bonus, so start date, leave date, if I import this type of data, this comes under the transactional data. That is what about it, Sagar. So we need to understand the difference. This is a major
Okay.
point.
Okay. And if you made a production list, and what will happen?
Whenever if I assign production list, and if I assign any non-production list, if I assign production list, what happened, structure list is a basically structural data. So whenever I make it as a production, what happened, it become the production data. So what is the difference between the structural data and production data here? Structural data means in development model I can do edit structural data and production data. That is a not a problem for me. So when I pull this structural data and production data from my dev model to prod model, what happened, I can pull only structural data from dev to prod. I can't pull any production data from dev to prod. Why reason means, why I can't pull production data from by using this ALM process means, so in production model what we give authority to end user means, we will not allow any to do any structural changes in production model. We allow only to do production changes they can do. So that is the reason. So why we need to pull production data from dev to prod? End user will do that one. They have opportunity. So that is the major reason we don't pull any production changes from dev to prod. That is the thing. If I make any structural data, structural list as a production list, what happened, when I pull data from dev to prod, what happened, that list item details means that production data will not sync from dev to prod. This is one thing. And whatever it behave like a production data, so whatever the structural data we have earlier, that will get lost. So that is the reason. So that is a major difference we need to understand between the structural data and production data. So end user need to upload the again the production data whatever they have earlier. That is the thing.
Okay. So, what is the difference between time ranges and model calendar?
So the major difference between the time calendar and model calendar is nothing but when in model calendar we set time for entire model, that is known as a model calendar. Either 3 years, generally we use for 3 years, and whenever I want only for I need data for only 1 year. In that scenario I use time ranges. Even I want 4 years or 5 years data, my model calendar is 3 years, then also I create the time ranges, both the options. Inside the model calendar, outside the model calendar also I can create the time ranges. So by using this time ranges, what happened, we can wherever I don't require entire 3 years data model calendar, I create the 1 year and I can reduce my model size, I can decrease my model size. So that is the reason I use these time ranges. And we can say another thing, like by using the time ranges, what is the other advantages means, like we have here in the model calendar we have different calendar types. So like we have months, we have months, quarters or years is one times model calendar type, another is weeks, and another is week general. These are three to four types model calendar we have. And even we have time scale also we have in model calendar or model calendar, like months, weeks or quarter. These are the time scale. How we measure the time is nothing but the time scale. So these are the things comes under this model calendar. Time ranges, so we create for 1 year or 2 year or three year on the basis of requirement. Maximum we can plan for the 99 years by using the time ranges. So this is what about the time ranges. Yes. Yes, Sagar.
Okay, Asif. And what are the advantages of Anaplan?
So the major why we use Anaplan compared to other tool is actually this is a very important question. you asked here, compared to other tools like Excel or other tools, what happens? Anaplan is a cloud-based platform, and there is no need to download or install anything. If you have credential throughout the world, you can access your model wherever you are. That is a not at all problem. And one more thing, it is a multi-dimensional tool, and you can show your data in rows, columns, and pages. In so many dimensions you can show. In unlike this Excel, we can do in Excel what happened, we can show our data in rows and columns. That's it. And one more other differences, major differences we can see here, and uh, like what we are discussing, Sagar?
Advantage of Anaplan.
Yes. So advantages of Anaplan, like it is a user-friendly tool and easily anyone can learn. So it doesn't consist any programming and in any coding, and within less time anyone can learn. User also easily understand this tool, and we can prepare our dashboards in visualization way. So we can show our in bar chart, column chart, pie chart. So we can prepare our reports very interesting way we can prepare. So that is a major advantages. And we can say it is a connected planning. We can pull data from one model to another model, so without facing any problem. So that also we have. And at a time multiple users can work, and they can change, they can see the multiple changes at a time. So these are the different advantages. And even we have very high security levels we have in Anaplan. So even cell level, line item level also we can control our model. So that is also uh, very advantage for the security purpose. So these are the different advantages we have with Anaplan. Yes, Sagar.
Yeah. And, so what is the difference between custom time and native time?
So if I create a time in my time pane, so that comes under the native time. So if I create my time in general list, in general list also I can create as a list. I can create my time. For 3 years I can create the 3 years, and each and every month, if each and every year consists different months, I can create as in general list also I create my time. So what is the major difference means? So if I use custom time, so I can use a lookup function, and I can create the list subset. It works as a one list. If I create time in general list, so it totally behave as a list, and we can whatever the list advantages we have we can use for the time. So that is a major difference. And I can use lookup function, and most of the advantages we have list subset we can create. And these are the advantages we have with custom time. And what is the native time means, if I create time in time pane, that comes under the native time. I can create the switch over period, and what we say, with that time. So the so switch over period also I can enable. So few advantages how I am forgetting that advantages with the native time as well. So rolling forecast we can do, switch over period nothing but that only. And we can see by using majorly we can use that time functions is like if I use time function, time in native version only I can use offset function, post function, and what we say, this start date I can get, end date I can get, whatever the formulas we use for this time functions, moving some, offset, move time some, all these function only work for the native time. In custom time we can't work. In the same way for that versions also same thing. So if I use custom versions, what happened, it will works like a list advantages we can apply for the custom versions. We can use list subset, we can use lookup function, and we can create the list properties and everything. It will works as a general list. If I create versions in versions pane, versions window, so we can use versions formulas we can use, like is actual version, is current version, and bulk copy we can use. So formula scope also we can change for entire all versions. I can keep the formula scope if whatever we have created. Even that formula, if I want to work only for special version also I can set. And some assign functionality, some few advantages we have with native versions. So that also we have native formulas also we can use for the is actually is current, these type of formulas also we can use for the native versions. Yes, Sagar.
Okay, Ashish. That's it from my
That's
end.
okay, okay, fine. So that will be great then. So thank you for your valuable time, and we'll see later.
Yeah, thanks, Ashish.
Okay then.